No foreigner confrontations. I stayed in bed 2 days longer than she told me to. Anyway, so I'm feeling confident about my eyes, plural, but in particular the one that had 2 surgeries. Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Shirt's a little tight. Just got back from 7-Eleven. No foreigner confrontations on my walk back or there. I'm kind of quartered to the screen because I'm looking at my computer. I've been troubleshooting. It's fixed now, but I was having an audio problem, meaning no sound. And I'm like, okay, I don't have my headphones. It's set for the speakers on the phone. I mean, not on the phone, but on the computer, but that are pissy, right? Little. That's why I carry my Bluetooth speaker there, right? I use it for phone calls and stuff like that, or if I'm watching something, I'll have it really close to my right ear. And just a little bit down from it is my Roy Orbison glasses. The staff call them K-pop glasses. Anyway, what to talk about? Well, tomorrow afternoon, actually, just after lunchtime, I have my 1-week follow-up early. It was scheduled for Friday, but they moved it up to tomorrow, Wednesday, the 8th of July. 8. So that's good. I'm feeling good. I'm constantly doing this, Shit, still good. I stayed in bed 2 days longer than she told me to, because I was so freaking paranoid of that lens moving. I still am. But the first thing I do when I get up is open my blinds or curtains and look across the Kolarn. See if I can see the beach. And I can see the beach. Both eyes. I can make out some structures, but I can't see any scantily clad ladies sunning themselves. But after I got my sound troubleshooting over with, I watched a real quick Freddie Ty short. Oh my God. And it's really not like hilarious, but it's true. It's titled Thailand Girlfriend Problems, Girlfriend whatever, something like that. Okay, I'm not going to click on it, but I'm going to go back to the home page because I'd rather look at what I was actually looking at before. It's got a couple of, they're on an aircraft carrier and a couple of jets are getting ready to get catapulted, so I'm going to be watching that. I like that shit. Anyway, so I'm feeling confident about my plural, but in particular the one that had 2 surgeries. So I walked down to 7-Eleven, but here they call it 7 because they know it's a 7, but they can't spell 11. They can't read it, so they just call it 7. Oh, I'm going to 7. Okay. So we just adopt it. Like Google is Guggen, because L's are hard to pronounce. Nuden for noodles, right? I'm having some Nuden. Now, I'm not making fun of anyone, but I just think it's kind of cute, actually. But talking about, now I'm going to minimize the screen so I'm not distracted. Playback pause because your account is being used on another device. Well, duh, it's being used on my phone. So I'm just going to close out all the way. The things that you see, things that you hear about, or for some of you that you've experienced. You meet a lady and you're like a knight in shining armor, right? If you're new, it doesn't matter if you're new here or not, but it's typically they can spot a newbie. I'm talking in a bar situation, they can spot a newbie. And there's prowlers, I call them, all over. And there's freelancers all over. They may work at such and such a store at the mall, at any number of the malls. I'm not naming any malls because I don't want to get in trouble, right? Liable or defamation. I can get sued. So I'm not going to. But mall is a mall. A store is a store and a restaurant's a restaurant. I can say that. And I can say Thai woman, just not her name. But guys will, buy a couple of drinks and they're feeling like they're 20 again when they're 60, Their chest all pumped out to here, and my God, I'm like, geez, it's like looking at Khan, the snake in Jungle Book, right? They're mesmerized. Anyway, so they end up, leaving the bar and going to maybe to eat and then back to his room or her room. And playing Parcheesi or something. Or Yahtzee or Scrabble. I don't know. Whatever they play, right? Skin flute, maybe. And then there's an exchange of money. But then the next day you get a message, because you've exchanged, contact information, right? Got to do that. But then the next day you get oh man, I'm short. I'm paraphrasing now. They don't say it that way, but I'm short money. I need $500. Can you loan me 500 baht? I'll pay you back next week or something. And you're like, shit, 500 baht, nothing, no, right? It's $15. Say, let's just do the easy math. $15. It's probably more, but you're like, shit, chump change, right? I'm a 2-week millionaire, right? I'm in the land of Oz, man. Paradise, right? So they give him the money. And then the next thing they ask for another 5 or 1,000. And since the guy's still feeling feeling great about his exchange the other evening. Yeah, okay, yeah, what the hell. Then the saga continues. You're like a sacred cow. You're going to get milked, okay? Goose that laid the golden egg. The greener you are, the more you end up giving. Fortunately, when I came over here, not the first time when I was 17, but later on, and then I ended up opening or becoming part of a business legally, okay, attorneys and all that shit. 3 of us partnered up with a dive shop right here in Pattaya, which in my personal opinion is one of the worst places to dive in the country, except for the wrecks. Those are great. And the far islands, we call them, beyond Koh Larn. It's pretty clear there, but Viz really sucks. If you're gonna dive, talk to Daz and ask him, or talk to Tony Badger and ask him where to dive. Where's the best place to dive? And they'll tell you. The clearest, crystal clean water, visibility forever. You know what I'm saying? But here, it's shit. You got lots of current stirring up stuff, and sometimes you can't see 5-10 feet in front of you. So, but that's not the subject. But the subject is, they correlate because I had a business partner that had lived here 30 plus years already. And so I got all the schooling, right? Don't do this, don't do that. You're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, right? So I would, as a good friend would do, pass that information along to friends that were coming over. Hey man, you're gonna feel like you're a rock star all of a sudden because everyone's calling you handsome and they're groping you and lovey-dovey-dovey and they're smelling good and they're popping those packets of cold wipes, out of the freezer and pop. You used to get that all the time. You walk into a bar and you'd hear pop, and then they'd be rubbing that cold on you. Oh man, everybody. You never see it now. It's like, what the hell happened to that tradition? Actually, I hated it because when you come in from the heat and you get that cold on you, it's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? I got to like, damn, remote controls on is that little black spot back there on the I don't want to turn this. This shit is distracting me big time. God dang. This is like a D movie. I'd have to be on my deathbed on a rainy Saturday to watch this. So anyway, they start working you. And you're not number one, right? There's like 10 of you. 5. 3 minimum. And motorbike's broken. You've heard the sick buffalo, right? But usually it's a sick, my mother's back is bad, or my dad needs this surgery and all this kind of shit. Even though healthcare here is free, right? There's still people. Not everything is free, okay? But pretty much. You can just kind of like, yeah, it's free. It may not be the best. It may be great. I've been to government hospitals and I've been treated great. And the cost is like cheap as chips, as my UK friends would say. So, but they continue with the money. And as long as you continue to give it to them, they're going to take it. I mean, hell, if someone's giving me money, I'm not going to refuse. Oh, speaking of money, I walked down to 7, like I already said. I got my, it's like I'm OCD on it, right? I go get yogurt drink, I get the lactose sugar-free one now, even though I preached about sugar-free crap, which is crap. But I got that, and I got my bananas, and I got some pork, moo. I don't know why they don't call cows moo and pigs wee or something, but they call pork moo. But I went to my pork guy, ordered my pork. It's already cooked, but he's re-searing it, making sure it's all the way good. And I said, okay, I'm going in for some small money. So I get my shit, my 50 baht, 40, 20, 40, 44, and then bananas were 10, the little 2-pack. Those were 10 baht, so added up 44, 64 baht, and I gave her 1,000, so I've got small money now, right? I got a bunch of hundreds and some 20s, right? Which work really good for things like tips when you have lunch. Like today I had lunch with Carlito. We'll call it breakfast. We met at the same time. We met at 11 a.m. So call it what you want. We had a meal together. And great company. Great company. Anyway, I'm off the subject, and I can read my clock, and I know we're already past my self-induced stop timeout time. So I'm going to say this conversation will continue. I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching.